This is how I felt when I was watching this movie. Like someone's just creeping on you. Hey everyone, what's going on? This is On the Fence movie review, and I'm going to review a movie that I watched over the weekend, simply called Watcher. Watcher follows a character. Her name is Julia, and her husband Francis. Julia's pretty much the standout, or the upfront character in this movie. It follows her story. She leaves the United States and follows her husband to, I believe it's Romania. He's got a new job, so she goes over there. She doesn't know the language. She really doesn't know anyone there. They get to where they're going to be living, their hotel, or their apartment, I should say. And it's very, a bunch of windows and everything, very close to the next, buildings are close to each other. And she's kind of just looking around at people, living their lives, and you can see everyone through their window, kind of thing. And she notices someone doing pretty much the same thing she's doing, and kind of people watching. She notices it, clicks in her brain. She's just like, oh, okay, this person's looks like probably doing the same thing I'm doing. Anyways, a little later in the movie, her and her husband are going for a walk. They come across this active crime scene. The police are there, investigating what's going on. There's people there. They're kind of talking about what they think is happening. And again, she doesn't really know what's going on. She doesn't speak the language. Her husband is always translating stuff for her, and letting her know, oh, well, this person said this, they think this. So Julia does a little investigating herself, and come to find out, they think the person there was actually a murder, and they think the person who did the murder at the crime scene they came across is a serial killer who they've dubbed the Spider or Spider. She's always home alone, and so she starts to kind of think like, oh, well, what if this serial killer is gonna get me next? What, everything kind of just goes off in her head, and that's where the story kind of gets the ball rolling. As far as plot details, that's kind of where I'm going to stop. I will sprinkle in a little here and there, but I don't want to ruin anything or spoil anything for you if you have not seen the movie. There are things that I liked about this movie. Very few things I don't like, actually. But I will say this. Some of the stuff I did like is there's no subtitles in this movie. So when some people are talking and Julia has to have someone translate, or if there's no one there to translate for her, it's very frustrating. And she's just kind of like, I don't know, I don't understand. And they don't put subtitles, and I think that's purposefully. Obviously it's purposely, but I think it was smart, because that puts you in her shoes, and kind of at the very early on you empathize with her, because you don't know what's going on. Therefore you are relying on someone in the movie to explain what other people are saying. So I think that was very smart, and it plays into her feeling isolated and alone and kind of cut off. She's still doing the people watching thing, but this time she notices that person that she saw last time is always there, always watching. And to her, she feels it's a little weird. And she again starts, and this is, I think they do a really good job with this movie, is they start to play with her mind, and they don't really let you know either. She starts to think like, well, is this person over here? Are they following me? Are they watching me? But then in return, it's like, it also kind of reverses the roles. It's like, well, is this person actually watching her, or does it just look weird because she's watching them to see if they're watching her, and therefore they're kind of like, well, she's watching me, like, what's this woman doing watching me? So I think they do a really good job of kind of that, like, you don't know who's actually watching who. Is she watching them, or are they watching her? So I think that overall, the mental game that they play with you, they did really, really well. This is definitely a slow burn. I guess this is classified as a horror movie. I would say it's a horror movie, but more thriller, suspense kind of elements. It takes its time building things. There's a couple jump scares that I think are earned in this movie. They're not throughout the movie. Again, a couple of them, and I think they're perfectly timed. The way this movie's shot looks really good. The music that they use in this movie plays really well to all the scenes that they use the music in. If you're expecting like a horror slasher kind of flick, I don't know if you're going to enjoy this movie so much, because it's a suspense thriller that deals with the psyche of someone, and do they think that someone's watching them, or is it just circumstance? And I think they do a phenomenal job actually of playing to that element. Is she seeing these people watching her, or this person watching her, or is it something that she's making up in her head, the paranoia of her mind because she found out about this serial killer who is on the loose, and or could the serial killer be after her? There are a couple things that I did not like, and one of them is spoilerish, so I won't get too into that. But I feel like at the end of this movie, they could have gone in several different routes. I'm not complaining about the way they went. I think the way they finish off this movie in the third act was really good. But I feel like I would have wanted to see it go in a different way. Again, I don't want to spoil anything, so I'm gonna be vague about the ending. I did enjoy this movie. I think it's a really, really good suspenseful thriller that deals with isolation, that deals with someone's mental stability, and how events can look some way, and maybe they are, maybe they're not. How someone can, if they hear something, think, oh, well, could that happen to me? And then start to kind of play out stuff in their mind. I think they do a good job. In a lot of movies, she thinks someone's following her. And a lot of movies where they do is like, oh, she's making that up in her head. But, no one really believes them, the characters. But in this movie, people believe her. Like, her husband is full on supportive. He believes her that, okay, like, well, what can we do? Like, what's going on? He's trying to be helpful. And I like the fact that they did that, because a lot of movies, it's usually like she's the only one who sees it, the only one who knows what's going on, and everyone else is just oblivious to what's going on, and they don't believe her, but they do. And there's this one scene where even the husband goes to this place and they're looking camera footage because he believes her. And I think they do a good job, and I felt it was a little different than what we normally get of, oh, this person's crazy and no one believes her. So I think they did a good job of that. Overall, I'm going to say, if you like those suspenseful thriller, kind of movies, I would say check out Watcher. It's only like an hour and a half, so it moves really, really quickly throughout the movie. So when I say slow burn, it's not a 2-hour movie. It's an hour and a half, and everything goes really quick. It's not your typical, I feel like, horror movie. It's more a mental movie. I would say mostly throughout the movie. It's more, is someone there? Is someone not there? It's very suspenseful. But overall, I'm going to say get off the fence and check out Watcher. From beginning to end, I enjoyed this movie. The way they set up certain things, I thought they did a good job. The way the movie plays out, everyone in the movie, the actors, the actresses, do a great job, including the main actress, who I think just the way she played it was phenomenal. Anyways, I am Rob with On the Fence Movie Reviews. If you like this video, hit that like button. If you have not subscribed to On the Fence, give us a follow. We got content like this, movie reviews, quick reactions to movies when we come right out, and just kind of more behind the scenes stuff, which you can check out on our Instagram at On the Fence Movie Reviews, where we post that kind of stuff, pictures of us going to the events or different movies. And so, if you like that stuff, give us a follow. And in saying all that, remember, we'll catch you on the fence.